Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a lot of new makeup that I got gifted and that I bought, and I thought I'd get ready with you and look at the new makeup. Some things are older things that I want to try or figure out if I want to keep. Kind of aftermath of my declutter that I did recently. I'll link that video. But yeah, let's get started immediately. I'm starting with the By Terry CC Serum. I have the shade Apricot Glow number 3. And I got this on Vinted in this travel size. These are really expensive. And I wanted to try it. I had tried number 4. Sunny Flash, I think it's called. People love this because of the incredible glow and blur properties that it has. And when I tried the number 4 for the first time, I was actually pretty impressed as well. Because that one has a bit more of a bronzy tint. This one instead is more of my skin tone. And it leaves me with a glowy finish. You can see it's quite glowy. But I wouldn't go out like this. If I put the effort into putting makeup on, then this is not enough for me. I would use a tinted moisturizer. So I'm now trying it out as a primer. And we'll see how it goes. I already primed my eyes and I have a ton of eyeshadow palettes to show you. I showed you these already on Instagram, but I met with my friend Mandy finally after knowing each other for what, 5 years over the internet. I am now I don't have a job, I have more time. I took the time and traveled and we met halfway and it was amazing. We had such a good day. We did a bit of shopping, but really we just sat and talked and talked and talked, and it was amazing. But she came with a bag full of makeup for me. Amazing. I was so surprised, and among which a lot of the things that are in here. One of this was the Blend Bunny Cosmetics All Done Up palette. This one right here. I had never tried the brand. It's the first palette I see from them, but this color story is definitely super interesting to me. And yeah, I'm curious about trying the formula. I tried the palette once. I used these 3 shades, and I don't really see myself using the light pastels, but I think the columns are very easy. I find the shimmers, the choice of shimmers a little bit limiting, because I'm missing like an inner corner highlight. If I want to make a neutral look with this, I can only do this duochrome in the inner corner. So it's not a complete palette for me, but I'm very curious to try it more. As I said, I only tried it once. Then she also gifted me the Too Faced Natural Nude palette, and this is what it looks like. It was on my wish list some time ago, and I hadn't tried Too Faced eyeshadows, I want to say, at all in all the years that I wear makeup. And this one had rave reviews. Kat and Haley, who used to have Beauty News and now have their own channels, they love the palette, and I wanted to try it. And to be honest, I've been wearing the mattes from this, and they are fabulous. I wear this one and this one and this one a lot. The shimmers I haven't really touched much because I have other shimmers that I want to wear and use, and that is a little bit the issue with palettes with me right now. I like to use special shades of my shimmers, and yeah, but this one is great because it has a lot of big mattes and nice undertones. What I'm missing is a little bit of a cooler tone brown that is not pink, but for the rest it's a really pretty color story and a really good matte formula. The last palette, this one I bought myself, is Mothership 10 Moonlit Seduction by Pat McGrath. I held off for this for what, a year? I didn't think I would like it, too cool toned, but with the sales and everything, I decided to go for it. And I am so impressed with the shadows, the special shades that are not baked. I thought they would be not interesting because they're not baked, but I really love them. So far I've used these 2 and they are fabulous. I've also used this matte, which is quite a warm brown, and I just don't want this. Okay. I have an issue with like this side of the palette, I think. I'd like warmer, dark brown, a bit like the one in the Too Faced palette. But yeah. I don't know what to use today on my eyes, but since, yeah, I don't know. I am home today. There's nothing special going on. Sweater, because why not? I was thinking actually of using something else that Mandy gifted me, which is the Huda Beauty Matte and Metal Melted Eyeshadow. And this was in the shade Penthouse Sweet. Oh, wait. And Cashmere Robe. That's 2 shades, of course. Let me try to open it. There we go. There's a matte side and a shimmer side. Let me swatch them out. I have like a smaller version of these, and I really like the performance of them. They don't really crease that much on me, and they look really, really pretty. So I'm actually curious to try this today, and I might just top it up with a bit of Pat McGrath or help blend out with another palette. But this looks really, really pretty right now. And let's try. I'm just gonna do this on one eye. The one thing I try to do with these shadows is start with little product, because they go a very long way. So this was even already too much, I must say. The color is not as cool toned as I thought, which is really good. Look at the difference. Can you see the blended out version compared to the swatch? I did a terrible job at blending this out. I'm sorry, guys. And I don't usually reach out for products like this, because I find powder shadows easier to use. But the difference is that with this, I can just call it a day if I want to. I also, again, applied way too much product. And with cream shadows, I always only go in with synthetic brushes. These are Nabla, which are my favorites. And the ones I have, I guess. They were just having actually really good sales over their birthday week on brushes and stuff. Okay, a little bit of a blend, not perfect, but again, today I don't really care. I want some depth in my outer corners, and for the sake of trying the palette, I'm gonna pull out the Blend Bunny palette and take the shade. I guess I'll try Goddess right here in the more green, grungy column. That was very pigmented, and it just went from a daytime makeup to a very smoky one. But for the same reason that I'm at home and nobody cares, I won't care either. And it is really easy to blend it out, actually. I initially only heard positive things about Blend Bunny, and then slowly some people started saying they don't love the formula. It's a really hyped up brand, and I am at a stage in my life that really hyped up brands don't really get my money. I want them to be there in the yearly favorites. I want them to be there in the next year favorites. I want them to be there in the roundups. I want products that withstand the test of trends and time, so that these type of brands are not really on my radar until people really keep liking them for a long time. I want to apply the shimmer, but I don't love the idea of applying it with the brush. I'm afraid I'm gonna be applying too much, so I'm just gonna put some on my finger and see how that goes. Woo! That's very metallic and very pretty. That's definitely the cool tone then of the two. So when Mandy gifted me the palette, I was super surprised, but also heard her feedback on it, which wasn't stellar, and that made me look at it a little bit more critically. This is beautiful. These also get usually really good reviews. And gorgeous, gorgeous. What else do I want in this eye? Because we are metallic and shiny, but I want sparkle. So I'm gonna pull out this guy right here. I have 3 options for special shades. I think this one in the middle, sorry, is the one that suits the best. It's not really more sparkly. It's rather more metallic again. Very similar actually to the Huda Beauty one. For the sake of this video, I'm also gonna try this Moira eyeshadow. This is also a gift from Mandy. This is, what is it called? The Star Show Shadow Pot in Muse. And this is sparkly. I really forgot I had it. This is also a cool tone. This is very, very pretty. Gorgeous. And now I have 3 eyeshadows on top of each other. I'm gonna stop right here. Okay, the kids needed me, Andrea needed me. Sorry, we're like half an hour later. I'm gonna just finish off with my eyeliner. This is quite a dark matte actually. Now that I see it again, starting over. For my face, I realized I have a closed Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Oil Free, and I don't feel like wearing a lot of makeup, like a, what is it called, a foundation or so. So I'm gonna try this one. I had the original version when they reformulated it, and it is a little bit too light coverage right now for me, for what I want to use on a daily basis. And I get oily a bit quicker with that one than with my Origins tinted moisturizer, for example. And I wanted to try this one. It feels definitely different, less liquidy, a bit sturdier. I like the level of coverage that it gives, and I usually apply tinted moisturizers with my hands, but that might be a mistake in itself. But I like the coverage a lot. It improves just a little bit the look of my face, and that's it. I don't even want to use that much concealer. In the end, from that declutter actually about concealers, I gifted to my my brother's girlfriend. I was gonna say my boyfriend's sister, but that is not the case. All of my concealers that I had that I was not really using, because I'm in love with the Dior one and I don't use anything else. Because she was looking for a new concealer and wanted to try a few things. So I was like, just take my NYX and my Clio Cosmetics and use them, try them. If they work for you, I'd be very happy. If they don't work for you, that's also fine. And so far, the base like this, I quite like. I'm gonna set with the Pat McGrath palette. I still don't know if I love this. It's honestly so difficult to figure out with my days being a little bit irregular and me not checking into my makeup very often. I can't really tell with the powder. The effect on the skin immediately is very pretty, as you can see, but if during the day it performs better or worse than my MAC blot powder or my Charlotte Tilbury, I don't really know. I'm going into the NARS Laguna Cream Bronzer. I was on the fence with this, but now that the weather turned to a bit cooler, I don't mind the cooler toned, more contoury bronzer that this gives me. And it's really like modulable, dosable. You can apply very small amount and it doesn't look too much. And I'm gonna keep it, I decided, and just enjoy it. It's difficult when you do a declutter at the beginning of a season because you don't know what you're actually gonna use. So yeah, let's finish up the eyes. I'm going to take this shade right here from the Born This Way, the Too Faced palette, because I think it's, I thought it was a bit similar to the one that I have on my upper lash line, because I'm not going to take out the liquid to apply underneath because it's going to be too difficult to dose properly. And then for my lower lash line, I'm gonna pick again this shade from Mothership, which is one of the ones that I applied on my eyes. It's nice because it's like almost a rose. It's not a rose gold, a rose silver. Can that be the case? Not really, but it's a nice, not too warm, rosy shade, but also not too cool, not too baby pink. I kind of really dig the shimmers in this palette. For mascara, I want to give the Kiko Extra Sculpt Volume Mascara another shot, but I want to use it with my Lash Sensational Primer underneath. I have been not very impressed. Sorry, that was not English. I haven't been very impressed with this mascara so far, and yeah, I want to give it a better shot. I bought so many mascaras last month that it would be nice if I could use them first of all, but also get a good feel for whether they are good for me or not. So far everything has smudged on me. I have yet to try the tubing mascara by Tarte, but I want to get through a few of the others first, make an opinion on them. And I think part of the issue with me with this mascara is the wand. You can see it's a hourglass shape, and I don't get why you would have an hourglass shape, because then the middle of your eye, the lashes in the middle of your eye are not going to be coated as much. So what I found that I need to do is to go with the edge of my brush, at great peril of just stabbing mascara all over my makeup, to get more mascara on my center and outer lashes. And the effect itself is not that voluminous or lengthening, or I don't know. I'm not a fan. It doesn't work for my lashes so far. And with mascaras you always need to like give it some time to settle the formula. It needs to dry out a little bit. Sometimes, not all of mascaras of course, but they do change in time. And I've only opened this a few weeks ago, and as I said, I got mascara on my cheek. And giving it a few passes, I'm afraid it's actually going to be very spidery the more I layer it. Yeah, I'm somehow not really that impressed. I don't know if, oh, I should wait for them to dry before I look up, but I'm not super impressed. And it does smudge. That is also a thing. And I know that the smudging could be because of my under eye treatment, but I use the same cream as always. It's the Origins Ginseng, the Orange Pot eye cream. And I love this concealer. It's one of the only concealers I've tried so far that doesn't overly emphasize the lines under my eyes, which honestly I don't see. So if a concealer does it, it's just a bad concealer in my book. Moving on to blush, Mandy gifted me 4 blushes. Crazy. And I've tried a few of them already. I had the About Face in the shade Get Some on my cheeks yesterday, I want to say. Was it yesterday? The day before yesterday, Thursday. And I made a reel from it, so you can see that on my Instagram. Very pretty, not as berry as it looks here on me at all. I'm quite happy with it actually. Very nice formula. I have also tried once, but not documented really, this mini Rare Beauty. It's in the shade Truth. Maybe I'll just swatch them all. It kind of feels like a similar shade to the About Face. Let me see. The formulas are of course completely different. And they're both like a warm berry tone. Looks really very much, what is it, this cold girl trend of that was last winter. I'm of course late at these things. And then 2 of the by Mitchell blush. One is Creme Carve, which is a beautiful neutral. I've been using this like crazy actually. I've only had it a few weeks, and I've used it already 2-3 times. Perfect neutral, love it, will fit any cozy natural makeup. And then the shade Papaya Pudding. This feels like a summer shade. I have not tried this one yet. Oh yeah, this is definitely a bit bright for the season. So I think I'm gonna go in with the Rare Beauty one to try out for this look. Keep it a little bit cool toned, but you know, as cool toned as I go, which is not much. I mean, this eye look is very cool tone for my normal life, but I dig it, I think. Ugh. And I always have issues with applying Rare Beauty. You see, I put it in my brush and then it's still not worked in properly, and that's probably, that's surely my problem, my fault, and I also put too much on the brush. But it's gonna be a very blushy look. Don't shy away from those usually, and it looks worse in camera than in person, but I will take some sort of a brush to tone it down a little bit, because I mean, I'm not going anywhere, but the postman might get scared. That's a lot of blush, Alice. That's a lot of blush. I don't mind it. In person, it doesn't look as crazy. Yeah, so I just picked up what I had here and with a little bit more. And this is my problem with the Rare Beauty blushes. I would love to have more, but they are quite challenging or tricky to apply. Lipstick wise, I have two in front of me, and I'm missing one because it's in my purse. Mandy also gifted me the MAC Luster Glass in Hug Me, I think it's called. It's just a lipstick in Hug Me, and I wore it the other day and I loved it, and it's in that reel that I mentioned on Instagram. I also got as a gift for Christmas, or was it was my birthday, but it arrived with Christmas because my brother came to visit last weekend. We do an early Christmas with my family. They come here from Italy to celebrate with us, my mom, my dad, my brother, and this year also his girlfriend. And then we do Christmas with my husband's family here in the Netherlands with and it's nice because we kind of combine. We can do both, let's say. This at least until we can go to Italy again with all three kids once they're a little bit older. Anyways, they came up and they had also my birthday gift that they bought, and they didn't ship to me, but they brought up now. And this is a Chanel red lip. They saw, I think the girlfriend saw the post that I was making that I had to throw away a lot of my red lipsticks and looking for recommendations, and she got me this one. It's a new formula, she told me. It's the Rouge Allure Velvet in the shade 54 Paradoxal. It is gorgeous, quite unique formula in the sense that it looks and feels very creamy, but it almost stains the lip. It sets, you don't expect to have it on your lips, and it's still there. We had Christmas dinner and I applied it before because we opened the presents before, and after dinner she was like, did you reapply? I'm like, no. Well, your lipstick is perfect. And I'm like, what? It was pretty amazing. And then with my Pat McGrath order, I also bought the shade Rouge 8 of her Matte Trans. Now, I do love the Matte Trans lipsticks, so I thought I'd buy this one. Mariam was raving about how much she uses it, and it's a bit of a more orangey red, as you can see. For me, I think it misses depth. It's a little bit too light for my liking, but it will, I'm pretty sure it will be good for the spring and summer. Just right now, I think I'm gonna go for the Chanel. And here it is. It's gorgeous, not too dark, not too light, quite some nice depth. It doesn't have, I think this one has maybe a little bit of white in the formula. This one definitely doesn't. So here was a little get ready with me with new pieces of makeup that came into my collection recently. I also got a Dr. Paw Paw, whatever, multi-purpose soothing balm with natural Paw, I don't know. It's a brown one though. I used to have these in the past. I didn't like them, but I decided to try them again because everybody raves about them. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's in 2 times and I actually need to rush back down to help my daughter and prepare lunch. But I wanted to take the opportunity to film because I am excited about it again, and I just need to find what to talk about because I don't want to only talk about new makeup and I don't really test stuff enough. So it would be get ready with me. And I do want to make a custom palette soon because I want to find companion mattes for this guy right here, and I do want to test the Blend Bunny more, so maybe I can round those up into some nice videos if I get the time and the organization right. For now, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.